moving on swiftly, we have Celeste. Now, recently, I watched a video of Celeste talking about how they wanted, like, she shoots content with Njugush all the time, and she would do handheld, like, she would hold her camera or hold the camera, her phone, to record the videos, and Njugush was only complaining about how shaky the videos are. And so they decided, where can we get cheap or affordable gadgets, like a gimbal. The gimbal is the one that helps with stabilization, and they decided, oh, it's Dubai. Then they went to Dubai, and she hadn't withdrawn enough money, and she wasn't sure that the Visa card that she had would actually pay for it, which it didn't. So Njugush was mad at her the whole time. She's like, how can you? But luckily, on the way back at duty free, they were able to get the gimbal, and apparently he's only used it all of once or twice. So it was such a funny story. How she phrased it was so comical. And now another interesting funny story about how she almost got conned. Now, there are a few cons that we are all aware of. Like, there's some cons that have become almost like, even though ulipatikana, hata ulipatikanaje hivyo. And one of the biggest cons that has been like kind of trending is the one which almost got Celeste. Now, Wakavinye, as she's popularly known on her social media, says that she got a call from someone who identified herself as a teacher at her child's school. And the teacher was like, yo, we are in hospital right now, your child is bleeding out, you need to send money immediately so that they can be operated on. And so she was just about to send the money, and Njugush is like, yo, have you even tried to call the school and find out where the child is and how they're doing? And when she called the school, she was told, no, your child is fine, they're in class, they're studying. And immediately she just went, oh, I almost got conned. Almost got conned. And I know a lot of people who've actually gone through this particular con. I've seen a few on TikTok with the same story, and they actually did end up sending money to this person and rushed to the hospital only to find out that this was a scam. And of course, a lot of people have been caught with the same scam. Like, immediately you hear your child is not okay, your first instinct is, why, where, how can I do it, let me save them. But like, at the same time, how are you just chilling and waiting for someone to allow doctors to operate on your child without your consent? You know, there are some things which these cons just do. Like, you are so stuck on, my child is unwell, they're in hospital, you don't actually see all the holes in the plot. Like, my child is unwell, okay, and then they were rushed to school and they're bleeding out. Nobody called me when they had started bleeding in school. Like, none of this information was given to me beforehand. They're just calling me now when they're in hospital and they want to operate on them. Anyway, I think there are so many interesting cons, and if you are not careful, you will be caught. And I feel so bad for like the older generations, like our grandmothers and stuff, because sometimes you get a call or a message, these messages of, nitumie pesa niko shule, sijui I need to buy a calculator, sijui I need to pay for what. And of course they are older, they just immediately, they're like, oh, my grandson, oh, my granddaughter, oh, I need to send them this money now. And they actually do get conned. So I feel so bad for anyone who's ever been scammed on the phone. I have multiple times. I have told you this. It feels at that moment they give you so much information so quick that they're not giving you time to process. It's like call after call after call after call. So if you have been scammed, it's okay. Trust me, you're not the only one. You're not the last one. But as someone calls you with an emergency, please be mindful of what they're saying. Like, don't be so quick to respond and help. Instead, take a moment and actually reflect on what they just said. If they call you back again immediately, just tell them, hey, let me call you back in a few minutes. And don't, the rush for now, let it not catch you, because once you've actually sent the money, you feel so stupid afterwards.
Yeah, and I understand that everyone is going through a difficult time financially. Probably not everyone, but people are going through tough financial times. But it just takes a different type of depraved for you to scam somebody. I really want to get into the mind of a scammer. And the thing is, these people are usually so successful because of the sheer audacity. The audacity to just give you a story that doesn't make sense and make money off of you, and they're like, oh, this actually works. And they try it on another person, try it on another person, and before you know, a lot of people have fallen for the same line, from the same scam. We have seen the Tinder swindler who was actually viral. We have seen documentaries made from individuals who just scammed people. We've seen people scam people out of their savings, out of their retirement funds, and I'm like, are you guys never guilty? Do you never feel Like, yo, I'm taking someone's livelihood away. I'm taking someone's house away. This might be the reason somebody, kills themselves or doesn't have a reason to live. I'm taking away something from food from someone's, child. Do you never feel the guilt? And it's so easy for you to fall for these scams, or rather to be enticed to be in the way of scamming. We've seen people who are normal. He was my friend growing up, and then he became a scammer. You're like, why? Why would you do that? You had other opportunities you could have explored. But I feel like there's this culture where scammers live a very good life. We have seen them on social media. They're always perambulating. They're always driving the latest cars. They're flashing cash, gold, and everything. And you're like, oh, this is actually, if they're thriving, whomst am I? If they have court cases that are thrown out the next day because of lack of evidence, if they're bribing police officers and judges and, the justice system is working with them, even me can try this scamming thing and get away with it. So I feel like overall, we need to do something better about scammers. There needs to be an example that is made out of a scammer so that other people fear. Is the Tunda swindler not actually working again?
He is.
He's on social media, on jets, doing the most.
Even Hush Puppy is working while in prison.
Hush Puppy in prison.
In prison. He's still
scamming people. I feel like an example has still not been made of scammers. We have seen people who are evading tax being jailed for long sentences. How about scammers? How about corrupt people? Why are they not being jailed? Until we see an example of somebody who gets to life imprisonment because they took money out of someone's pocket, there will be no change.
Yeah, but beware that there are many scams, and now there's a new one. It's called Piggy. It's called Piggy, I think, Piggy, something like that, where basically they entice you into investing into something like crypto or any form of Bitcoin, right? Any form of coin, cryptocurrency. And once you invest you invest some money, they actually allow for you to withdraw some of the money. So unadhani, hey, then nimepata pesa na nika withdraw. There's no way this is a scam. But the moment you've done that withdrawal, you realize that they entice you to invest a bit more. And once you invest a bit more, that's when stuff goes south.
So it's a risk for them to...
Yeah, it really is. But they don't allow you to withdraw too much. Just kidogo. And then they now make you 10x the amount that you invested before. For example, if you'd invested 2K, they're like, I don't have to your 200K. Uongezee. Imagine if you made X amount of money, how much money can you make from da-da-da-da? People have gone so far as to loan money from their parents and ended up realizing it's a scam much later on. Like, just be careful. That one is called the Piggy something. I don't know what it's called exactly. I forget. But yeah, be careful, especially in the age of cryptocurrency, because yeah, you don't know.